Hello fellow humans, this is the first in a series of practice engraving videos. We're going to keep it simple so you can learn how to properly hold the graver and to cut with it. We're not going for really large, heavy marks. If you're digging really hard, it's going to become very difficult for you to cut. You'll see the line work that I have in the video is all very thin. It is under magnification, so that might give you the impression that the lines are wider than they actually are. As long as you are cutting a sliver of metal out, and I talk about that, as long as there's a little burr coming out, you are actually engraving. If there's no burr coming out, then you're just scratching the plate, which is what we don't want to do. I use the word carve a lot, carve in the metal, and I think that sometimes that makes people think they're going to be really digging into it, but perhaps because you've done a relief print before and that's what you associate carving with. In this case, it's really fine. The key here is patience. You have to be patient while you're engraving. If you get frustrated or stressed out or any of those things, it actually makes it far harder, and the likelihood of making errors increases, and also the likelihood of injury increases as well. You have to pace yourself accordingly in order to get the best results. I ask that you watch this full video before you try because there are some safety concerns. Now let's get to it. You'll need plasticine, which is a gray modeling clay, your turntable with the plate glued to it firmly, a plastic ruler, a pencil, preferably a soft one, and your graver sharpened. Roll the plasticine over the plate to give it a thin film for the graphite to catch on. This also dulls the reflection of the plate. Draw a line 1 centimeter from the edge of the plate. Seat the handle of the tool into the palm of your hand and wrap your fingers around. Notice my pointer finger and my thumb. Here you can see the bottom and how it fits into my hand. For this first exercise, you'll be cutting off the edge of the plate. The graver is at about a 15-degree angle from the plate. Seat the point of the graver into the plate and gently push forward. This should not take a lot of force. Think of it as ice skating. You can see a small burr getting carved out. This means I'm doing it right. Notice how my non-cutting hand is in the back, stabilizing the turntable. It is crucial that your non-dominant hand be in a position that does not result in injury were you to slip. Part of the trick is maintaining the angle. Here, in the middle of the cut, I begin to tilt too high. This kicks up a burr, and it is a bit of a momentum killer, but it's important that you take it out immediately. And also, do it with the graver. Do not try to take it out with your finger. You can take the burr out by scooping it up, as I just did. You can also flip it around and cut from the other side. It's really important that you do not take the burr off with your fingernail. Your instinct is going to tell you to do that, but your instinct is lying to you. Do not do it, or this could happen. It's sriracha. But seriously, don't take it off with your fingernail. And, ooh, that's really hot. And make sure that your hands are placed in the right spot. So that's it for this lesson. What I want you to do is to engrave those lines all the way down the side of that plate and continually go off of the plate. So we're just popping the burr off of the side of the plate, so we don't have to worry about scooping it up for now. We're going to do that in the next lesson. Also, I want you to try to keep your line width consistent throughout, so a thin line width consistently all the way throughout to the bottom of the plate. And I also want you to try to work on your line spacing too. In the video that you watched, my line spacing was approximately a millimeter apart. So try something like that and try to make it consistent. And then once you're done with that, let's move on to the next lesson.